All right, folks, we're now live. Unfortunately, we have a few people missing and not sure what's going on. So we're going to have to cancel and reschedule the meeting. I want to thank the county for being here, the county community engagement team for being here, Ms. Rashida. I think Zakia Bell Rogers was going to join you, and also Leonard, who is our representative for African American Heritage here. Diamond, Couch, Sherry Lucas, and Tiffany, we appreciate your efforts to be here. And then our wonderful Vice Mayor, who is also our liaison, we appreciate your efforts to be here. We will reconvene in March, I think it's March 9th, the second Thursday at 4:30. And then hopefully we can figure out what's happening. In the interim, I think we could give a couple of updates. The survey for the boards and commissions, hopefully you had a chance to participate. I will send that out. There's a dynamic report we pull from public input, so I'll get that to all the board members probably by the top of the week. I try to do a quick email follow-up one after the meeting. And then the next meeting of equity and engagement, which is the new council committee, is February 21st. And then we'll be talking about two things under equity, which is the audit recommendation, where we are with that. We will have had the Community Reparations Commission meeting on the 20th. So we're going to be doing an update. And then your chair, as far as I know, will be doing, we're piloting having boards go to the different council committees to talk about their annual report. So your chair is supposed to be doing that on that day. Leonard, is there anything else you want to give out before we go? I know you were going to be a part of this conversation with the engagement.
No, currently right now with from the county, I don't have any updates to give. I know it's going to be a part of the discussion with the council, but in terms of just some not community engagement, but from our communication department at the Buncombe County, we would like to kind of do an interview with possibly the chair and some members of the council committee to just kind of highlight African American Heritage Council, just in to coincide with African American Black History Month, just to kind of elevate the profile of the organization and let community know what the organization is about and the work that they're doing. So that's one thing we wanted to present. And if any of the committee members here today are interested, please just reach out to us to kind of set up that. And we would like it's sometime this month to kind of get it up within the month of February. So if you're interested in just sharing your take and what the committee means to you, just reach out to us so we can post that on the county website and just kind of get information out to the community. Thank you.
And when I send the update email by the top of the week, I will add your contact information so that they can reach out to all of you. Hey, Mr. Chair. You got here just in time. You're muted.
Can you
there you go. Me? There you go.
You can hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, you're good.
I can't hear anything.
We can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
please forgive me. It's been a crazy day.
All good. We done the staff update.
Okay.
You want to just start the meeting. We do not have a quorum, so we won't be able to vote on anything. The only thing we had to vote on was minutes. So if we want to move ahead on, if we have somebody join in the interim, we'll do that later.
Okay.
All righty. Thank you, sir.
Where we need to start? I'm sorry.
Start at the top, do a roll call, that kind of stuff. We were going to go off and then just reconvene next month, but we're glad you're here. We're glad you're okay.
Well, thank you.
You are okay. Good.
Okay. So just start at the top. All right. Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Griffin, Chair, and I would like to welcome you to the February 9th, 2023 African American Heritage Commission virtual meeting. We will now call our meeting to order. The City County African American Heritage Commission consists of 9 members. 3 of those members are appointed by Asheville City Council, 3 are appointed by Buncombe County Board of Commissioners, and 3 are appointed by 6 appointed members. The commission is to advise the City Council and County Commissioner about the preservation, interpretation, and promotion of African American arts, history, and culture. All committee members and staff are participating virtually. We are streaming live on our virtual hub engagement hub, which is accessible through the virtual engagement hub link on the front page of the city website, and also linked on the committee page. We also have an option for the public to listen live by phone by dialing 855-925-2801 and entering meeting code 9409. For those of you who plan to speak during our live public comment today, you will need to hit *3 to be put in the speaker queue. I will go through and introduce all committee members and staff who are participating virtually. For our committee members, please make sure to mute your microphone if you're not speaking. When you have a question or would like to speak, click raise hand, and when recognized by the chair, unmute your microphone. Please remember to mute your phone after you are done speaking. Committee members, as I call your name, please say a quick hello. Aaron Griffin, hello, everyone. Diamond Couch.
Hello.
Sherry Lucas.
Hello.
Tiffany Debelow. Sorry, Tiff.
Hello. That was perfect.
Is that all we have here? Okay. From staff, we have Brenda Mills, Director of Equity Inclusion, City of Asheville.
Good evening, everyone.
Leonard Jones, Community Engagement Specialist, Buncombe County.
Good evening, everybody.
Sandra Kilgore, City Council Liaison.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Okay.
And we also have special guest Rashida Hall from Buncombe County Public Engagement. And is Zakia here as well? Zakia, okay. So we have Rashida Hall from Buncombe County Public Engagement. To help our audience follow along, I'll state each section of the agenda aloud. Again, I ask committee members to click raise hand to be recognized to speak. Please state your name each time you comment. Just a reminder that the public is listening on them up to date on the order of the meeting and who is commenting or speaking. So there's no quorum, so we have Brandon Alt. All right, so first on the list, we want to approve the minutes for January the 12th, 2023.
Okay.
Did someone?
I put a motion.
Put in a motion, yes.
From last month.
Yes. Second?
I second the motion.
All right. And we're going to do roll call again. Brandon Oliver.
Hello, yay.
Diamond Couch.
Hello.
Sherry Lucas.
Aye.
Tiffany Debelow.
Yay.
And Aaron Griffin, yay. All right, so next on the list, we have staff updates. City Staff Liaison, Brenda Mills. Thank you.
I'm giving a few updates. I'll go real quickly. We thank you for those of you who could participate on the Boards and Commissions survey. The dynamic report was pulled and sent to us by the clerk's office. So I will share that out with each of you following the meeting, probably on Monday. The new city council committees, of which we are staffed to equity and engagement. Two things on our agenda for that meeting is the audit recommendation for the Community Reparations Commission. We'll be meeting with them on Monday the 20th, and then we'll give an update to the committee at that point about the scope of work. And then our own chair, Aaron Griffin, will be joining that meeting for a few minutes to go over your annual report with them. They're piloting boards and commissions doing annual reports at these council meetings with this committee. So I do appreciate, you being able to be there. And that's all I have.
Well, thank you, Brenda. Next, we have Staff Liaison Leonard Jones.
Yes, for my update, I will kind of hold off until I know that we're going to have community engagement and public engagement, communications and public engagement speak later. And so I'll say my updates when we speak on that collectively and how we can support this commission.
Okay. Thank you. We'll move on. Next, we have City Council Liaison, Sandra Kilgore.
Good afternoon, everyone. Just have a couple of updates. Basically, just want to let you know that the last council meeting, the city council voted unanimously to approve the resolution authorizing the city manager to develop a scope of work for an official audit to the response from the Community Reparations Commission to immediately recommendation to cease harm impacting the African American community. That passed unanimously. So we're looking forward to the outcome, and hopefully we'll have some good results to report back. We also, city authorized a resolution authorizing the city manager to execute an interlocal agreement with Buncombe County Sheriff's Office for the use of the FUSIS real-time criminal intelligence camera system. Some of you may be familiar with this. Buncombe County has been using this for a while, but now we're able to, city is going to actually work with them to actually bring those cameras into the city. One place that I know that the cameras will be is in the Pritchett Park, and then another one down by Lexington and Hawassi. The purpose of these cameras is sort of just to be able to give real-time updates for a lot of I know a lot of you may be familiar with a lot of the things that's going on downtown, a lot of the break-ins and all kinds of things like that. So we're hoping that once we get these cameras in place, that it will help curtail some of that activity. Sometimes people just need to know it's there to sort of, straighten up the act. And also people were concerned about it having sort of a face recognition type situation, but we do not have those type of services here. So we don't, we're not dealing with that kind of thing right now, but because that has had some issues in the past. And other than that, okay, I think one other thing, the council also basically passed a resolution to set up an independent review committee for which we will analyze the events and circumstances related to the recent water outage. And we're looking forward to that. That will help us actually be able to plan, to get a plan to deal with any kind of activities that, as far as disasters that may occur in the future. So we're looking forward to that outcome so we can actually put things in place so we can be more apt to deal with these type of situations. Other than that, thank you so very much, and welcome.
I have a question for Sandra. Is that okay if I just ask? Hi. Okay, thank you. Hi, Sandra. This is Sherry Lucas.
Hi.
I'm the director of Go Local, and I have several business members downtown, and I'd love to share the information with them about the cameras. Is there some place I can go to? I don't know, on the city website, someplace to direct people to read more about that. And then a little bit more information on who monitors the cameras, how often are they monitored 24/7, and then any other information about the location.
Well,
locations. Thank you.
The place to go to get more information about it is on the Buncombe County Sheriff's Department website, because they're the ones that already have it in process. They'll just sort of be helping us, set up these cameras. The one thing about these cameras too is a lot of the business owners will actually be able to tap in and place their own cameras, basically. Within this system. But so as far as we only have, if I remember correctly, so far it's only 3 locations. And I do remember that one was Pritchett Park, one was down on Lexington. Not sure where the other one will be. But like I said, the best place to get the information of whatever is on the Buncombe County Sheriff's website.
Thank you, Sandra.
Brenda?
Just want to add, Sandra, it was Pack Park, Pritchard Park, and then down at Hiawassee and Cherry Street.
So
It's all downtown right now.
thanks.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Any more questions? Thank you for the update, Councilwoman Kilgore. We'll move right along to number 4. Well, there's no unfinished business, so it's all about new business. New business is an update for the Pack Square Visioning Project. There is a meeting on the 17th of this month to review the community input. So all the advisors will be there, and we'll come back with a more in detailed update about what's going on with that. So next on the list is the African American Heritage Engagement Options presentation by Buncombe County Communications and Public Engagement. The team is Rashida.
We have a hand raised.
Brandon has his hand raised.
Brandon? I can't hear you.
I'm sorry. I don't know why that was raised.
Okay. So next we have a presentation by Buncombe County Communications and Public Engagement team, Rashida Hall, Leonard Jones. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm so grateful to be on tonight to talk about public engagement and African American Heritage Commission. This has been dear to my heart for so many years. I was actively involved in 2018 and very thankful because we were able to use the funding to do this wonderful map and have markers in many of our historic neighborhoods. We have plenty of these. So I asked Aaron and Michael and Leonard to meet with me one day and give me a copy of the African American resolution signed on January 14th, 2014. And I noticed I'm going to read B and C that's dear to my heart. So I was like, we got to do something, right? So it says, develop a plan to identify, create, encourage, promote, and implement projects that will recognize, increase, and expand the awareness of contributions of African Americans throughout the city and county area. Also, to create plans to identify and recognize sites in the community that are significant to African American history, encourage and promote economic activity related to the African American community, and propose other projects that are consistent with the goals of the commission. So I said, this is such a beautiful commission, and I want everybody in Buncombe County to know about this commission because we have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of beautiful sites and history that African Americans have contributed through Buncombe County and should be known. So I'm very excited about this. Leonard to tell you about this. I love this kind of work. I love public engagement. That's because I'm a native here in Buncombe County. Am I frozen? Because I tend to do that. Okay. So I met with Mr. Hayes and Chair Griffin a couple of weeks ago, and I wanted to discuss a proposal with the board to help engage more of our populations across Buncombe County. So I suggested that the team, because it's our responsibility as well as the city, to help support that as a county employee, a Buncombe County employee. So we talked about developing palm cards that you guys can help us kind of design, put your beautiful picture on there. We've already talked to our communications and engagement videographer, Nick, who said he would love to take that picture and then give it out to community members. So we would have a picture, we would have the day of the meetings, the Google Meet website where people can come on to, and telephone numbers if people want to have questions that you're open to talk to. We're also doing this wonderful project with the YMI. It's called the YMI Archives, right? So a couple of months ago, Leonard and I, my team, met with Special Collections with the Buncombe County Library, and we went to the YMI and collected all this beautiful art, documents, and it's stored in the Special Collections in Buncombe County. So what we're going to do is meet with the American Heritage Commission the library services, and we have Alexandria from the YMI, and do this project the last week of the month, every month, to look through all the archives, right? Because we want to save that history. That's one thing. Also, we would like to really support and have the African American Commission on WRES. Leonard and Zakia, they do a radio show called Tapped In every other Wednesday at 11:30. And we want this team to be included. And also, my team is expected, and we always love to reach out to our associations. So we also want to make you a part of that. I know Brenda and I, we work closely together when we're doing our LNC meetings and also our Village Roundtable. We would love for you to be a part of that. And Mr. Griffin, I know you were a part of the last Village Roundtable initiative, and it was fantastic. That's like a number of 60 and 70 people there. And we talk about the great work the city and county is doing. So I would like to continue that. And we also want to do at least 5 meetings this year out in community. Because I know you guys talked about a summit and how big you want it to be in Asheville, but we got to get out there. We got to go to neighborhoods, go door to door, spread the word, give out the palm cards. And we're committed as a county and city to be able to help support you in that. So Leonard and I talked to Leonard today, and I was like, we should have an audit of identified or recognized sites in the community. He said, Rashida, you know, we had that huge report. It's like 70 pages. That's already been done. So that could be our blueprint of how we start to work in community, right? We have a lot of great things. And maybe you guys can put some of those identified sites or folks who've done a lot of things in our community to be a guest and talk about it. So that's just some of my proposed ideas that I would love to help support you in. We kind of already got started, but I don't know if you have to vote on this, but I'm really excited about this project. I want to stay committed to it and support. My team is committed. My supervisor knows that, and we're just committed to this process. And I really thank you for having me here. Leonard, did you want to add to it?
Yeah, I just wanted to highlight that report that you was referring to. That was the African American Heritage Resource Survey, and I believe it came out like last fall. Okay. And so I believe it's published on the city's website as well. But I know we can send a link out to the group. So I know the first 70 pages, over 70 pages. The first 70 pages of that document has a lot of Black history, just kind of how Black people emerged in this area, the increase in population of Black people in the 20s and up into urban renewal, and then just some of the challenges. And it also highlights a lot of our historical African-American neighborhoods and just kind of give different details and stories about that. But it really just kind of give you that Black experience and really open a lot of people's eyes to what that story is. And so I think that'd be a great way to just kind of kick things off. And as well as it does, as a survey do go within all those communities and kind of identify all those historical buildings and structures that we currently still have. And so that was, again, the African American Heritage Resource Survey. And as I mentioned earlier, I know what Rashida talked about with kind of elevating the profile of the African American Heritage Council. I know Nick, that does a lot of our videography. If we would like to highlight the African American Heritage Committee this month, just kind of coincide with Black History Month. And so just if anyone's interested to be a part of that, share your input to that videography along with that article on what this commission means to you, what's the impact, what's the role of it going forward, what we've done in the past, to kind of just share with community. Please just reach out to me. Brenda had mentioned in the email, she'll have my contact information, but that's something we also would like to actually get started and publish this month. So that's all I have.
Thank you. Someone has their hand. Brenda, go.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Chair. Brenda Mills. That resource survey is the one that Alex Cole came to go over with you guys, I think towards the end of last year. So when I send out the follow-up email, I will have all of that information there. And I've written up a lot of the ideas that Rashida and them have. I'll kind of touch base with them, and then you can make a decision between now and then to communicate with them about the videography. And then we can have them have a continued update at your meeting until you decide on some projects that you want to do. And don't forget you have funding for some stuff. I think you still have a balance of $9,500.
And what we can do, Brenda, too, is that we'll formulate a communications and public engagement plan. And then we can do that together as a commission, if that's okay, because I would like your input. And then we'll all have like a working plan that we can keep up on a monthly basis, kind of tap in. Would that be okay? I don't know if you have to have a vote or I don't know, but we can do a plan together and then people have their tasks. And we really want to support you all, but this is your rodeo, basically. So just let us know how we can support you.
So, I mean, I already know this is the way to go. So is this something that, I mean, how do you guys feel about this? Anyone else? Brandon? Can you hear me?
I agree with you. I think this is the route we should go. We should use every resource we have, and especially the community engagement. It's kind of pathetic that the community doesn't know who we are. Like, that's kind of crazy. So anything to help pump that up, let's do it.
Yeah.
They will
So
know who you are in
Yay.
6 months. That's for sure. Believe me, they will know in the total 6 months who you are. They run into these meetings.
That's right. No, Brenda, so is this something that do we need to vote on or no? Okay. Well, let's do it, y'all.
I just want to keep highlighting, you do have a work plan that has a lot of this information already in it.
Mm-hmm.
So Rashida, I will share the work plan with
Okay.
you. I mean, it's on their website, but I'll share it in the email that I sent out. I'll send a copy of their work plan and then some ideas that Joseph Fox had come up with. A lot of that has to do with what you guys are talking about.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Brandon.
The work plan doesn't put it like Rashida did, Brenda.
That's because they're ideas. You have to come up with the actual how to make it work. That's what that's called, Brandon.
So what we'll do is I'll look at those goals and we'll have some tasks, some SMART goals, and then we'll all have our task, and then we'll meet up and say, I've done this. They want to hear this, because you're going to have to get your name out there, especially if you want to have this big summit and you want people to come in and buy in. We're going to have to do that. So I'm not scared to go to any neighborhood, Leonard, to tell you that. And we have to talk about the African American heritage. I want Barnesville to know. I want Sandy Much to know. I want everybody to know that this is going on, because this is our culture and this is our heritage. And we've been a part of this community for a long time. So I'm ready.
Sherry?
Thank you, Chairman. Rashida, you're so awesome. Thank you. The brochure you held up, I can't, because you're a little tiny rectangle. Great. And I can find that where?
We have a little,
office.
yeah, we
have
have
a
some
lot.
in our office as well, but they're at a lot of our public libraries, and a lot of the rec centers also have copies of that.
Are they at the visitor center?
You talking about the Chamber of Commerce?
Yes.
Yes, they have some over. We have delivered some over there. I don't know. They haven't reached back out and said they needed a refill, but we have plenty in the office if you need some.
Great.
And
And are
this
they
commission
with are they with the Downtown Association too, and that the kiosk they have?
Not that I know of.
No, but there's a meeting with them, and Chairman Griffin's gonna make sure they get some.
All right.
Yeah, we can get you as many as you need, Aaron.
Thanks,
Well,
Rashida.
this commission helped that. I mean, the team did, the city and the county, we worked together to do this, but it was the funding that out of this commission to make this happen. So we put a lot of work in with a lot of our neighborhoods. Brenda tell you, we had a lot of meetings. There was a lot going on. It took us quite some time to do it. I thought you could just put up a marker and it's all good, but no, you kind of involve a lot of departments in that. So I learned a lot, and I'm just thankful for this commission because I know what it does for this community. So.
Well, thank you. Let's see. Miss Debolo, is she? I don't see her. Is she still here?
She's still here. And Sherry, do you still have You still have your hand up. You still have a question?
Oh,
I don't. Sorry about that. There
That's
you go.
okay. And Chair Griffin, if you could, we just need a vote for the minutes. I think we still have a quorum.
votes. Oh, I thought we did. Okay.
For the minutes. Yeah, we didn't have a quorum until at first.
All right. So we're voting for the minutes of what, January the.
You know what? You did. I'm sorry. I'm sitting
Yeah.
here being having all timers. I'm sorry.
Hey, it's been that kind of day. Trust me. Yeah. So we had mentioned we did a what you call it? Google Doodle. Is that it?
Doodle poll.
Doodle poll. Yes. Could you and for some times that we can get together with you guys? You know the final results of that, Miss Debolo?
We're gonna have to redo it because no one really spoke of for next week. It was all about like pretty much yesterday. Was the main day. So
okay,
it would have to fall into next week.
Okay, so we'll get y'all the information as soon as possible. But we've been working on it though. So what's next? Any questions for Rashida Hall or Leonard Jones? Any questions, comments? No? Okay, so we'll move on to number 6. Brenda, do we have anybody waiting in the queue? Public comments?
We do not have anyone waiting for public comment, Chair Griffin.
All right, so we'll move on to, the future, I guess we'll be communicating between now and the next meeting. So the next regular meeting is Thursday, March 9th, 2023, and it remains virtual. Check the city's engagement hub for more directions on how to participate. Any questions before we sign out? Comments? Somebody? Okay, Ms. Debolo.
I wanted to share that February 11th to the 26th, there's going to be the viewing of the sculpture artist Briar Coleman downtown Asheville, and I can share that information with Brenda. But it's based on the PAC revision project, and we were able to interview a lot of different people, but especially youth. So I just want to encourage everyone to come out this weekend, but it'll continue to be up until the 26th.
Thank you for that. On that note, there's a lot of things, and along with what Ms. Hall and Mr. Jones were saying, there's a lot of community meetings going on. I was hoping that we can sort of pair up and, let's communicate a little bit more about what's going on, and we can attend some of these meetings. I know Shiloh is wanting to put us on their agenda soon, so let's just stay in touch as much as possible. Yes, sir, Mr. Oliver.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Debolo, where's that located at? What you were talking about, the 11th?
Mm-hmm. It's going to be down at Pack Square across from the Art Museum.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Now, number 2 is, some of you may know Alexandria Ravenel at YMI. Her father, Mr. Alexander, has reached out to me. He has a gentleman in Atlanta that would like to come speak to the Black community on financial mindset. And he's trying to get something together. And he wants to know if there's a venue available. And I told him I would look into that. And so the guy said that he would come speak to 2 or 200. It doesn't matter. I figure if we get a venue, then we could start telling people about it if anyone wanted to be interested in that as well. But it's more in depth than just the financial literacy part of it as well. It's a mental breakdown. I think it'd be very interesting. But if anyone wants to do anything like that or have any idea of a venue, please reach out and let me know.
Well, Brandon,
Thank you. Yes.
Reaching out to Black Wall Street, I think that would be a good place to have it because that's the incubator for a lot of small businesses. So I think, it all comes in together. So if you want to check with Jay Hackett or Brenda, easy check with them, and I think that would be great.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. And I owe you a lunch. I haven't forgotten. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Commissioner Debelo, please.
Also, February 25th at the United Way conference room, there's going to be a Black Love and Every Black Voice collaboration along with the Health and Wellness IFA. And we're just going to be giving them a platform to talk about health disparities in Asheville and Buncombe County. And that's going to be at 12 o'clock from 12 to 3, again, at the United Way conference room.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'm sorry, this is the last thing.
Keep it coming.
The East End Association is also hosting an annual dinner that's going to be coming up February 23rd. More details to come from Renee White, but she did share that with me, and it'll be a Facebook event pretty soon once they launch it. But that's February 23rd. It's going to be at the Stevens Lee Alumni Space.
Anyone else? No? All right. The next regular meeting is scheduled for Thursday, March the 9th, 2023. And then we're going to remain virtual. Check on the city's engagement hub for more directions on how to participate. I'd like to thank our guests and all the information, and I hope everyone have a nice month, and we'll be talking soon. Brandon.
Yo, I'm sorry, y'all. This was my number 3, and it just came back to me. What is our next step? I would like to leave out of here with like some type of something like, what can we do? Rashida, let's get it. Let's go.
I just need to start meeting with y'all. We can map this out. We can map the whole communications and public engagement, map out, and then check in with each other every 2 weeks. But we need to start moving on some stuff because it's about to be springtime, and that's a good time to go out. But it'd be nice if we could meet the last week of February so we can have a plan for the springtime to get this stuff out. So it'll be our first step is that you guys need to take the picture.
Exactly.
Get it on the palm card. So we can come up with a date next
Doodle poll. Do your doodle poll, please.
Yes.
So we can get this done.
Exactly. Because Nick ready. We just need the picture, the information, and then we can work on getting the palm cards, and then we can distribute them out. And then we can have one day of retreat, kind of looking at the plan, and then map out some tasks, what we need to be doing. So we just informing people. It's different levels of public engagement. We're informing people, and then we're going to ask for some partnerships. There's different levels of public engagement. But right now, we just want to inform them of what's going on and get them on, on this and have some questions. A lot of people don't know about it. We can learn so much from each other. So the first is take the picture.
Could we possibly do the picture and the get together at the same time?
Yeah, you can come wherever we need to go. I can even open up a space at the county downtown, pay for parking. We can get this going.
Okay, that opens up time frames on the doodle poll, I bet. So if you send out a doodle poll, I promise I won't be the last one to respond this time, y'all. I promise.
Who's in charge of the doodle?
Not me.
I am.
Okay. Tiffany, would you send out? And if it's best to do it in the evening, because I know we all work, we can do that. Leonard and Zakia and I work in the evening, Brenda. We work in the evenings all the time. So just let us know where to work out, and I can make sure we there and have Nick there to take the picture. We can even do a video. Y'all come on down to me, whatever. We can make it happen.
So I'll be sure to include the staff liaisons in that doodle poll as well.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Currently, right now, we're holding a spot for WRS to talk about the African American heritage on Wednesday, the 22nd. So I know we sent the invite out to Aaron, but it's still COVID out there, but if more people want to show up to just make it a more engaging kind of conversation and have more voices to speak up, you're more than welcome. We'll be at WRS radio station. That's on the 22nd, and we used to do that recording at 11:30. So around 11 o'clock, we arrive at the WRS station, and it runs for 2 weeks. And we also make a podcast out of it. So once we get the podcast, and they videotape it almost like a little Howard Stern style. So we can even have that as something to post on the website so people can kind of see the faces as well, beyond the picture, but actually see y'all live talking.
Did you say, you want to say anything, Commissioner Oliver? I can't hear you. Okay.
Okay, folks. We
gotta go. All right. Meeting adjourned.
All right.
Bye, y'all. Have a good one.
All right. See y'all.